Why the hell so many people are trying to tell me to slow down? Seems like motherfuckers should be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.
All right, winos, welcome back. This is a special edition, okay? So some shit is about to pop off right now. We're going to try to keep it a little classy. They are. Okay, and I'll introduce who they are in just a second, okay? But you know me, I'm going straight for the neck, all right? So we have Anivia Cruz here, author of Scar Tissue, okay? And you are, the BET executive producer of Killer Curves, okay? And like I said, I don't like to say this. I know a lot of people have kind of labeled this behind you, but your bottom was kind of, I don't want to say rotten, like disproportionate, okay? So you had some very graphic images of yourself online because you received some illegal butt injections, and we have your manager here now. I'm so sorry.
That's okay, Melinda. Santiago first.
Okay,
yes.
Santiago, loving that haircut, like
Thank
I said
you,
before.
honey.
Yes.
Thank you.
And so thank you ladies for being here. Anivia, I want to start with you, okay? Because I want you to introduce yourself, okay? Just in case I missed something. And then we're going to get into why we're both here, because we have a common interest. We know someone, and we've both been, not as much as I have, but you've been gypped, kind of sort of mentally scammed by the same person, okay? So I'm going to give the floor to you.
Hey, I'm Anivia Cruz. And Tasha was trying to be nice, but yes, that was my butt that went viral. The rotted, open, graphic butt from the necrosis from butt injections, black market butt injections. And I'm an advocate to stopping this epidemic, to saving people's lives. And I go really hard to get this message out there because people are still doing it, and they're not understanding the dangers. This took over our generation like crack took over our generation. And I had a legal case where I got in trouble for taking part in doing the butt injection. So I feel it's my obligation to society and to so many women to stand up and put an end to this. I've dedicated my life to this. So why I'm here to you is because you risked your name, you risked your career, and you risked everything behind your passion, behind what it is that I'm doing to save someone's life. And it wasn't fair to you that this person, yes, took money from your followers and your supporters, and it's sad that they did that to you guys, but money you can get back. Had people looked at you and thought that you were involved in this, which I thought for a second, but then I used my common sense, but everyone doesn't do that. You could have lost everything you worked so hard for just for helping someone. So I felt compelled to come to you and let you know, sis, you got scammed like I did.
Well, I appreciate you just even jumping in my DM to let me know what it was, to even ask me before assuming. And so just in case you guys aren't aware of who she's speaking about, Anivia worked closely with Desiree Davis, known as Official Smiley Asian on Instagram, okay? We did 2 exclusives with her, okay? And Desiree explained to me, as well as the viewers, you all, that she was giving a diagnosis that she was dying, okay, from these illegal butt injections that she received. And she also helped to market as well, because she was working with, I guess it was the Wee Butt doctors or someone in Texas. We don't know, okay? And so that interview is below, okay, so that you guys, just in case you kind of want to refresh your memory, I'm sure you don't, because the video went viral. And we helped, my platform mainly, raise almost 85% of Desiree's money. Now, I'm shocked now to see you back, okay, going viral for something totally different, but this time it's a life or death situation again.
I'm just telling people now, y'all better cherish your life, because you never know. You just never know. Just cherish your freaking life. Like, cherish your life.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Nivea and I have had several in-depth conversations on how she came to know that Desiree was lying, okay, about her death I guess, what would you call
Diagnosis.
it? Diagnosis, okay? And so she kind of broke it down because you've been through this. You've almost lost your life and you're still fighting for your life, right? Because of the illegal butt injections that you received. But when you spoke with Desiree, because you were going to cast her so that she could kind of get help to get the butt injections removed, and you were going to help her on a major level, but you kind of saw some signs and you shared some of those signs with me. So if you don't mind telling the viewers exactly what it is that you discovered when you spoke with Desiree and you worked with her for the time that you did.
Can I interject something
Sure.
real quick? In this time that Anivia has been going for people to help them through their challenges of the butt injections, a lot of people have reached out to her. A lot of people were telling her and sharing their stories with her. So understand, it came from a good place from Anivia trying to help someone.
Absolutely.
And when you pick someone to try to help them save their life, being that she's went through what she's went through, it's unfortunate that it's happened to Anivia. It's unfortunate it's happened to you, that people have preyed off the heart of others. So I want to interject with that, with Anivia being that several hundreds of thousands of women reached out to Anivia. And for her to pick this one and to do this is devastating on so many levels. It's almost like when a person accuses someone of rape falsely, it negates the real victim.
Absolutely.
So I just want to say to Anivia, I'm proud of you for continuing on this, and it's a shame that we have to be here again to do this for you. And again, this is something everyone needs to take honest precautions about.
Okay. And see, I was warned because of, I guess, when she got beat up years ago, because I've been following her since she got beat up. And they said she scammed people then, but I was just like, well, how do you get beat up and scam someone? Like, her face was disfigured. That was something that we saw. And so they said that, she had received a lot of donations for that as well. But when someone comes to you and say that I am dying and I have children, where I come from and the way I was raised, we don't joke about death. We don't even talk about death until we 1,000% sure.
We still don't, because we believe in miracles. So we still don't.
We
talk
know
about
that
death.
it's here. Like, I don't want to speak that over my life. Right. I have things that I want to live for. Like, when death get here, it'll get here. I'm not trying to go to it. But for her, that's why I really want you to explain, because you worked with her much more closely than I did. You were able to see right through the inconsistencies because you've been there. And so I kind of want you to explain exactly what it is that you discovered, and then I'll chime in to kind of, fill in the gaps.
Okay, well, how I found her was when she started going viral, people kept tagging me in her story. Like, I was the first woman to ever, like a public figure. I was a professional model when I got hit with all of this stuff. So I was the first public figure to go public and admit that I had these butt shots and what they had done to my body on Iyanla Fix My Life. So people know me as the poster child of the butt injection. So when she started going through this, they were tagging myself and K. Michelle in her story.
I remember K. Michelle said, I will help her if she were to just get me on the phone with the doctor. And so you can explain that more. Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah.
Well, she first came to me and was saying, when they kept tagging me in her stuff, I'll never forget. I was at the spa about to get a facial, and I messaged her and I said, people keep tagging me in your stuff. Call me. Write me back. She somehow went through my Instagram and got my phone number from there and called me within minutes. And she said, I've been dying to talk to you because so many people told me about you, but I have no clue who you are.
Okay.
So I said, okay, sweetie, I'll talk to you as soon as I leave here. So just like everyone that reaches out to me, my DMs are open 24 hours. I stay up late nights and early mornings all the time, walking women through their surgeries. Like, there's some women that are getting surgeries from doctors that don't know what they're doing. And I'll talk to them, okay, you need to go back and tell your doctor to do this. I've saved so many women from infections with wound vacs. So I'm very passionate about this. So when this girl called me, I left the spot and I called her right away. And, I'm talking to her and she's like, so right away I started talking to her and, tagging her and things. She's like, people say I'm scamming. So I'm listening to her story and I'm like, this poor girl. So as I'm doing that, all of a sudden I start getting these DMs. Don't trust her. She's a scammer. I mean, long DMs.
Same here, yeah.
Yeah, but you want to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Everyone has enemies.
Right.
So I just paid it no mind. So it got to a point where she's talking to me and she's pouring her heart out. Like she has kids and she wants to give her life to God and she's so scared. So I get to the point where I start posting her on my Insta story. Like, I don't care what you guys have to say about this girl. I've taken her under my wing. She starts calling me her big sister, her mentor. So I said, you know what? We're possibly working on Killer Curves too. I'm going to give you a position on the show. I'm going to talk to the producers. I want to get you on the show.
She shared that with me as well. She shared that with me as well. So, yeah.
So it's so many women wanted to be on this show. So many women reached out to me. If you do another Killer Curse, I want my story to be on there. But I was compelled to this girl because she came to me like, I don't have anyone. All I have is you. I'm talking to this girl late nights and early mornings. But things just were not adding up. I got so tired of people like downing her and DMing me and telling me not to trust her, and blogs were posting her. So I said, listen, we're going to clear your name once and for all. I worked very hard to clean my name in this industry, and I have a great name. People trust me. If I go live with you, people are going to see, okay, Anivia embraced this girl. She knows how this stuff goes. She must be telling the truth. Let me help you. She said, okay. So I posted and I was going live with her. The day we were supposed to go live, she calls me from a random phone and says, oh, my phone broke. My iPhone broke. I can't go live. So I said, well, what phone are you on now? She said, oh, this is my son's Android. It has Instagram, right?
Right.
So she said, yeah, because she DM'd me and said, here's my number. Call me on this number. So she goes, no, I can't. I really don't. So I said, so you want me to cancel the live? She's like, yeah, just cancel it. I was like, okay. I found something very strange about that.
Okay.
So people were messaging me like, why did you cancel it? So from there, I said, something isn't right. So I got on the phone with her one day, and I said, let me ask you a question. So she's cooking and making oodles and noodles or something.
Okay.
And I'm like, you're not in the hospital?
She was cooking. She was cooking in my videos.
Was she really?
She was cooking. She went to the kitchen. I'm gonna flash a scene of that too. She was in the kitchen cooking.
Let God show me. I needed to let God show me that it wasn't right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. Sorry, I'm trying to be a mama too. And,
Handle your business, girl. Handle your business.
Okay. And I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it. I didn't know what.
I gotta be here for my kids, and she was in there cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, wait a minute, you're not in the hospital? So she goes, no, I'm home. So I said, hold up. They said you're dying though, right? She said, yeah. I said, well, what did your MRI say? So she goes, huh? I didn't get it. I said, wait a minute. Did you get a CT scan? She says, no, they said I got to go get it from my doctor, something like that. So
Okay.
I'm like, well, what about your blood work? You got it back already? That's going to take a little. You got the blood. Like, what is the outcome of your blood work?
Because the blood work will tell her if anything is in her bloodstream, because these shots will leak.
That's
And
how
you know
found-
they're traveling. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I
Okay.
found out I had kidney disease from my blood work.
Oh, wow.
Because the injections destroyed my kidneys. I have stage 4 kidney disease and renal failure. So this will tell you everything. They're going to give you a full blood work. They're going to check everything. So I said, wait a minute, you didn't get blood work? So how do you know that you're dying? Who says that you're dying? So she goes, so I said, wait a minute, one better. What put you in the hospital? Like, what landed you there? Oh, I have this boil, and the boil. So I said, a boil? You went to the hospital for that? And things were not. So then she told me she'll call me back. And the final straw was, I was saying to her, listen, I'm going to get you an appointment with Dr. Gallerani right away so you don't have to wait. I'm going to call Marianne and get you an appointment right away.
Okay.
So I called Marianne, and I called the office, and I let them know that this girl wanted to come. Please squeeze her in. And she said, okay, she was going to go to Gallerani. So based off of that, she put up a GoFundMe, and I asked her, I said, where are you getting these prices from? Did you see a doctor that gave you a quote on what your surgery would be? So she says, no. So she said, no. So I said, where are you getting this from? Who's telling you you're dying? And how do you know it's traveling up your back if you haven't had an MRI or CT scan? She wanted to call me back. So then it got to the point where when I talked to her about Gallerani and I was telling her about a specific doctor, I will not say any names. I told her, listen, the doctor saved my life. I can never take that from him. But for the scars and the deformity that I'm left with for the rest of my life, Gallerani is the only doctor that said he can even fix that. Don't go to this doctor. That's all I'm going to say.
And we'll get into that. Go ahead, keep
Exactly. So
okay.
this doctor, so I'm saying this to her, and I'm saying the doctor's name, and I'm talking to her, and then she just becomes so condescending and self-absorbed on this phone, like she's preaching to me how I need to live my life, and she wants to help girls. So I'm listening to her like, why is this girl saying everything that I say in my mission statement? Everything that I'm saying, this girl is now saying, oh, when I get this money, I want to help other girls get their surgeries removed. And I'm like, that's my foundation statement. How are you taking everything that I'm doing? So then she says that K. Michelle won't help her. And she tells me that Get Body by Jay told her, girl, I suggest you just get your hustle on.
Yep, it's the same exact thing. Yep.
Well, let me defend the two of them.
Okay.
I spoke to Janelle about that. And that is not what Janelle told her. Janelle told her,
And that's Body by Jay.
yeah, Get Body by Jay.
Okay,
So I need
gotcha.
to defend her. You know, people think that we have issues and we have underlying things, but at the end of the day, nobody deserves to be lied on. Even if I'm not your friend, I'm still going to defend you if someone lies on you because you don't deserve that. And Janelle and I, we have our little issues right now, but she still never told that girl that. She asked Janelle, what do you suggest I do as far as getting the money to get this surgery? Janelle said, I suggest you get your hustle on because it's not cheap. So Janelle basically told her, like, you need to start working on it now because this is not a cheap surgery. Janelle didn't brush that girl off. Janelle had a number of conversations with her, in fact. And Janelle gets so many DMs. Janelle doesn't answer all her DMs. But Janelle sat there and had a number, and I've seen them, a number of conversations with this girl. And then for her to out K. Michelle and say that K. Michelle wouldn't help her, I am part of the reason why, in the end, K. Michelle did not help her. Because Janelle and K. Michelle are friends. When I realized that this girl was scamming, I was not going to let nobody get scammed by her. And there's so many girls that's in my DM dying for real every day and crying and really need this help. And this girl is just a lazy girl that just wants to play on people. So I called Janelle and I said, listen, you tell Kimberly, that's K. Michelle, this girl is scamming her, and do not spend her money to save this girl's life because she's not dying. There's nothing wrong with her. And I will admit, K. Michelle was going to help that girl. And when K. Michelle made that post about, if you lying, I'm going to beat your ass or something like that, which you can only imagine. If I don't have many followers, I've got about 30-some thousand. If I got those number of messages constantly about this girl scamming, you got this number of messages about this girl scamming. Can you imagine the numbers of messages K. Michelle got about this girl? So, of course, that girl is going to come out and say, if it's all these girls begging me for help, but I go and help you because you keep saying my name and keep putting me out there, okay, I'm going to help you. But if you lying, I'm going to beat your ass. Wouldn't you say that too?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's just a normal response.
Yes.
When you feel, yeah.
So how are you going to put this woman out there like she did something wrong? You know, she's right. She got girls crying to her every day. I have girls crying to me every day. So if I choose you out of all these thousands of women who have the same problem, who really can't go to work, can't buy their kids food, can't get their kids formula, and you playing, I have girls that I have to buy them formula and pay their light bills and buy their kids medicine, and I don't got it, but I'm going to make sure that they're okay because I was blessed to not have kids when I went through this. I was a month in a hospital and 2 months in a nursing home behind this. I was dead. I walked around with that rotten holes in my butt for 30 days with no doctor to fix it. I have bad kidneys. I was dying. So for you to play like that, and I got to sit there and watch women really dying with no resources, and you're going to go and take this woman's money that has millions of dollars, but she could give that to somebody else that needs it. Hell no, I'm not going to let you do that. And I'm not going to let that girl ruin your career and people think you got something to do with that little $13,000.
If I wasn't pregnant, if I wasn't pregnant, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm very Florida, but I want to say this because you spoke of K. Michelle, and I called K. Michelle out for that because my thing is, like, when I chose to help her, just like you were getting DMs and people were telling you she was scamming and stuff like that, I was getting the same thing. So when I heard K. Michelle post that, I was just like, but with K. Michelle's following, she doesn't even have to acknowledge it. So I understand being under that type of pressure, having millions of followers try to tell you that you're not this, you said you were going to do this. And so when she called her out, I was just like, she could have either not said anything or just left the extra out, like, oh, I'm going to beat your ass if you scamming. Because now this girl is getting tagged in scamming. And I'm not going to lie, she called me crying like, oh, my God, K. Michelle just like really embarrassed me and blasted me. I don't want her help.
She
and I'm
wouldn't
just
leave
like,
K. Michelle alone.
And I'm just like, well, if she's saying that she's going to help you and all you got to do is get the doctor on the phone, get the doctor on the phone. But then she started to say, oh, it's my pride. I don't want to take money from somebody who doesn't really want to get it. And so me, I'm thinking like, okay, if I, and here's how I work. I don't care who you are. If I choose to have you on my show, okay, you are now an ally with me. Okay, so regardless of what anybody says out there to the viewers, because it takes relationships to get somebody in a chair like you're sitting in. It's not just, oh, you call this person on the phone, can you do an interview? People don't do interviews like that anymore. They got Instagram, they got Facebook. Why should I sit down with you and tell you my story? And I could just get on Instagram, Facebook, or give somebody else the story. What is it about you? And so these interviews are built off of relationships. So when I build relationships with people, regardless of what the public says about them, that's between you and the public. Right. But I'm not going to trash you. I'm not going to bash you. But when Anivia reached out to me, I was just like, here we go again. Like somebody saying she's scamming. But then when I looked and saw who she was, and I remember it clicked, Desiree Davis, okay, saying, and please guys, the GoFundMe link is below. We've tried behind the scenes, okay? And I want to interject real quick before we get the doctor on the phone, too. Yeah, because we're going to get the doctor on the phone, too. The one that she actually went to and posted a picture with, and the one that she said she was going to use this $15,000 for. We're going to get that doctor on the phone to really explain what Anivia is saying. But
and then she didn't go. She's not going to that
exactly
doctor anymore after getting the money.
Exactly.
She's going where I told her not to go, allegedly, because he takes insurance.
Yeah.
But she knows the insurance is not going to get approved, so she's just waiting to cash out on that GoFundMe and just going about her life.
Exactly. And I'm going to explain that more. And the GoFundMe, the link is below. So just in case Desiree tries to come back and say, oh, Tasha's upset because I wouldn't do an interview with her 2 weeks ago. Okay. Well, let me tell you about the interview. We were supposed to meet in Atlanta. She's probably going to drop text messages. I was very nice. I said, hey, I want to give an update. It's going to be very short, quick. I want to see what you're doing. Let's go ahead and cash out your GoFundMe. I have been speaking with Anivia now for the past month, okay? So that interview was a setup, okay? I was going to bring Anivia in on the interview so that she could ask the questions and blast her,
because she's
okay?
been running from me.
Okay.
Because she's been running from me.
All right. And so the GoFundMe link is below, okay? And I feel... I'm hormonal right now, so I'm not trying to get too emotional, but there are people that are in my DM as well that want help, okay? And because of something like this, I will never, ever use my platform in any sort of way to help anybody, okay? I start thinking about like what politicians go through, and they really mean well when they have these charities and these organizations. Not every politician is crooked, but that's the way that it's looked. You have people like Desiree who make it bad for everyone, okay? And so, and then the haters that go along with it that want to say to me, somebody who could have just gave her the money. I could have reached in my bank account and gave her the $15,000, but as a community, we're supposed to help as a community. Like, give somebody else the opportunity to say that I did this. And so my people have been trying for a month to get that GoFundMe down. We have had no success. But with the thousands of followers that I have, I need every single one of you to visit the link below. I need you to click report, okay? And post this video link or say whatever you got to say and say that this girl is not dying. She's lied. Hell, she's doing a press tour right now. She just released a book that's similar to yours called Behind the Scars or something. I'm going to post that.
If let me say this, though. If the guys can't get that GoFundMe account down, everyone just needs to go report to their bank account, to report to their banking institution if they paid with their credit cards or debit cards.
I will definitely be calling Bank of America, absolutely.
Telling them, listen, I'm a victim of fraud. And what they'll do, they'll retract until it goes investigation. So you can start at least taking the money back from GoFundMe if they don't want to release the account. Or
and I will definitely do that. And if they open up, and let me tell you something, I think if they get too many reports from the banks, GoFundMe is going to freeze that money. They're not going to release that. So I need this done ASAP today. Okay. So if we can't get it down, call your bank immediately. Okay. And so, before we get into what she's doing now, because she's living her best life, okay? I don't know how she's traveling. She was just in Atlanta last 2 weeks ago when I was supposed to.
But remember, she said she's doing. Remember what she said she's doing.
Yes, and I can speak on that. She claimed in our last conversation, she sat down with Love and Hip Hop. They are trying to find a spot for her. She's got a book coming out. She's doing everything, okay, that dying people don't do. All right. She's getting, she asked me for our interview, Tasha, do you know where I can find a makeup artist? I'm like, girl, you're coming to a radio station. I'm going to be in a hat just like this, just throw your makeup on. But she actually found a makeup artist here in Atlanta. So if you can afford a makeup artist here in Atlanta, anywhere from $60 to $150, you don't need no GoFundMe money. Okay. You are not dying. So if we could, Josh, please get the doctor on the phone. And so this is Dr.
Gallerani
in Florida, who she posted a photo with after we did our interview. She flew to Florida and got an MRI done and met with this doctor. So
she finally got this MRI done after she's been dying.
Okay. All right. So winos. We have Marianne on the phone from Dr. Gallerani's office, okay? The Medici Institute, all right? And I want Marianne to, please, I want you to tell a little bit about what Dr. Gallerani does and why patients actually come to see him. Because I do know Desiree has came to see him, and I kind of want you just to explain that to the viewers.
All right, so what Dr. Gallerani specializes in is he is the number one in the world for removing the illegally injected silicone biopolymer injections. These are liquid injections, usually industrial strength silicone that's been manufactured outside of the country in Colombia or Venezuela, which is illegally brought into the United States. And then injected into the body in a liquid form. He is a specialist at removing it. It is a very complicated procedure. You cannot lipo it out. You can't laser it out, vaser it out, suck it out, radio frequency it out. None of that works because what it does is it forms scar tissue inside of the body, and the body has a reaction to it. That is why these patients come to us. They start feeling hardness, lumps, bumps, discoloration in their skin. It will move up the back if it's injected high in the gluteal area, in the buttocks area. It can move up the back, the lumbar area, or down the legs and into the calves. But most of the women have it in their buttocks, cheeks, and in their hip area. And they start feeling tingling and pain down their legs, which is a side effect of it. Also restlessness, sleepless nights, night sweats, autoimmune problems, rheumatoid arthritis problems. People have been misdiagnosed with autoimmune. They've been misdiagnosed with Lyme disease, quite a few patients. Also misdiagnosed with lung cancer, because it will form granulomas that will get into the bloodstream and clog up into your lungs. So those are seen on chest CTs and MRIs.
Okay.
I will tell, yep.
Go ahead. Finish up.
MRI is the only way, with and without contrast, to have a clear picture of what is going on the inside. You have to do it with fat suppression. It needs to be read by a specialist and a board-certified radiologist and a specialty surgeon to understand whether it's scar tissue, the silicone, or fat. Unfortunately, there are unscrupulous doctors out there that are doing lipo and fat transfer on top of the silicone, which is complicating things even worse for these patients.
Okay.
But I will tell you that the patients that do have the silicone are not dying. This is not emergent. There's no immediate death. Unless they're having major circulation problems or breathing problems, which we urge anybody who has a temperature over 101 or a major breathing episode to go to the emergency room, but to be truthful, to the doctors in the emergency room and tell them that you've had the injections.
Okay, now let me ask you something, because you spoke of two things that I kind of want Nivea to jump in on, okay? And like I said, I know you can't violate any patient confidentiality or anything. Is Desiree Davis a patient of Dr. Gallerani's at the Medici Institute?
I cannot confirm that.
Okay, got it. Because we do have photos of her seeing him. Now, Desiree has explained to me that she was having breathing problems and that she was dying, and she needed this money to give to your practice to have this surgery done. Now, Nivea said that she never even had an MRI or has been given a diagnosis to say that she is dying. And so, can I just ask you?
Until she went there.
And so she went until she came to your facility, okay? And so I just need to ask in general, because you said that most of the patients are not dying. And Desiree does not look like she's dying. She's living her best life. She has hairstylists, makeup artists, book deals, and things like that from this campaign that she did on my channel. Can you confirm or deny if she's dying or not?
I can confirm that no patient that we have seen for a consultation is dying.
Okay.
Do you have a patient signed up for surgery with the $15,000 that the Winos have donated to them to come to your establishment for a surgery?
I cannot confirm that we have a patient as such.
Do you have a patient by the name of Desiree Davis signed up?
I cannot confirm any of that.
Okay. Well, there's no way.
We don't violate HIPAA.
Okay.
Right.
But we don't have any patients scheduled.
Well, she's already taken pictures with another surgeon and said that is who is going to do her surgery.
But I do know this surgeon, it costs a lot more than what Dr. Gallerani is, I guess, has been said to have charged. And you guys are the best. Marianne, is there anything else before we end this call? Because I was under the impression that Desiree was taking the money that she used on our platform that was raised from a GoFundMe to have Dr. Gallerani operate on her because it was a matter of life and death. And to hear you say that the patients that you've seen, and can you give us a time frame, like in the last year, is any of your patients that have come to you dying?
No.
Okay.
None of them are dying. Some of them are very ill.
Okay.
But they were injected 10 days ago with needles that were had infection on them in the back room of a house in Hialeah. We had to immediately do surgery on them. Other patients, have had the material injected in them 33 years ago, 10 years ago. You never know when it's going to react, but I will tell the audience, it will react when you're pregnant. If you get pregnant and you have the material inside of you, your body will have a reaction because it's trying to protect you and the baby. So your immune system will kick in and attack the product. That's why your butt will grow, it will get hard, you'll start to get discoloration. So don't panic. There is a solution. 6 to 8 months after you're done breastfeeding, you can remove the product.
Okay.
We've never seen the product cause any cancer. We have not seen people die just from having that product. What we have seen is people pass away when they have the product and then they go and do liposuction and they spread the product throughout their body. Then they become septic. It can go to the lungs. We've seen patients die at the hands of unscrupulous doctors that are trying to liposuction it out or do the wrong surgery on the patient.
Okay. Well, thank you, Marianne, for answering those questions. And it kind of confirmed what, even though you cannot put out...
I will confirm this.
Okay.
We do not have any patient that has used a GoFundMe sign up for surgery at this office. And as a matter of fact, I went on GoFundMe, and there are several patients that have posted photographs of our patients on there. that they've copied off of Instagram or Facebook to try to raise money. And I have contacted GoFundMe to shut those down because that is fraudulent and that is using the public to raise money for false pretenses.
Okay. I appreciate you for joining us today. And I'm just ecstatic at what Dr. Gallerani does for a lot of women.
Amazing.
It's a lot of hard work. We actually put our hearts and souls into this. We're not trying to run this as a money-making machine. He takes his time with the patients. We care about the patients. We want the women that have these illegal injections to have surgery and to get on with their best life.
Okay.
Move forward, have children, be happy. We're not trying to do multiple surgeries and keep them in the hospital. This is one surgery, one night in the hospital, remove it, and get on with your best life.
Okay. And lastly, before you go, what I was told by Desiree, and I just want you to confirm or deny if this is how your practice goes about doing the surgery. She said that she was given a quote for $22,000. The $15,000 would be for the removal, and the remaining of the money, the full $22,000, which I think is like $7,000. Would be to do a BB, I guess a reconstruction.
No, we don't work that way at all.
Not at all.
When the patients get an individual quote based upon their MRI and the issue that they're having, and
which
it's quoted how many times how many hours in the operating room. So say Dr. Gallerani's fee is X amount, plus the hospital fee, which is paid to the hospital. We don't work for the hospital. They collect their fee plus an overnight fee. We do not do reconstruction or BBLs at the same time as removal. That is extremely dangerous for the patient. That is 8 to 12 months later when the patient has healed, gained some weight, and then doctor works his magic. You can see it on Instagram. He will do internal flaps. He will do liposuction and recreate the buttocks, but that is a complete separate surgery that's done minimum 6 months, but most patients are 8 to 12 months later.
And what is a ballpark charge that you charge for just the reconstructed part of it?
Well, we give a deep discount for Dr. Gallerani's fee on the reconstruction. The hospital fees remain the same because that's a separate entity. So ballpark is anywhere from $14,000 to $20,000. And it really depends upon how much lipo and how big of a gluteus the patient wants back.
Wow. So
some women want it removed, they're happy with the way it looks, and they move on with their best life. Other girls want a booty back, so they have to gain some weight, come back, we reconstruct, and then they're happy and move on with their life.
Okay, I know I said last question before, but since you gave a ballpark on what reconstructive surgery was, since she gave me $22,000 as a whole,
and that's what I told her she was going to be looking at. When I said, "How do you have a $9,000 up there? No doctor is giving you that." Gallerani is the cheapest of all, and that's one thing I will say. His cost is lower than every other doctor that does it.
And he's number one in doing this.
Yes, he is.
I want to say this.
Most affordable.
Okay.
The other doctors may be more expensive. However, I would tell you right now, 60% of our patients we're fixing the other doctors' surgeries because they're not getting it out.
And I see that
it's still in there.
Instagram, yeah.
We take the MRI of the patient, and we had just a patient 2 weeks ago. She had 8 surgeries in California with the same doctor. 8 surgeries. It's still in there. He didn't remove it.
I had 8
So Dr. Gallerani is now going to do one surgery, get it out. She's going to heal, and in 8 months she'll have reconstruction.
Like my situation, Marianne, how so much of it is left in there after my 8 surgeries, and there's still so much left in there.
Nivea, we're looking forward to so much to helping you. Doctor really wants to help you.
And ballpark, what do you charge for takeout of
removal?
Yes.
Is Dr. Gallerani's fees start at $10,000 and go up to 25,000. It really depends upon how bad it is. I mean, we had one patient; she was injected 14 different times. We've taken out patients that are 22 pounds of solid mass. On their gluteus. We had another patient 2 weeks ago. She only had 2 pounds of stuff, but she was really sick. So it's a different injector for everybody. It's a different product that's been put in. One time he was in there and it smelled like gasoline. Numerous times, actually. That was all injected by the same person who called themselves Duchess, who's now not with us in jail. And we've had other people where it was green, so the product that was added was olive oil. We've had other people where, the injector signs up 20 people for a day, and this is real stories. They line up 20 people to go to a hotel room or to go to a basement or a house or wherever they're going to get injected, and by the 10th person, they're running out of product. So they go to Walgreens or CVS and they buy mineral oil, and they add that to it. Yeah. So now they're mixing mineral oil, and when all those oils come up to the skin, you see these women that have the black skin, hardness, and it's all discoloration. First it starts out as a pink dot. Then it'll turn a little purple. Then it'll turn a little brown, and then it will turn black. And I will caution everybody. I talked about pregnancy and your immune system kicking in. Well, we've had people go on vacation to Mexico, catch a bug or a virus or the flu, immune system kicks in, and her butt turned black within 2 weeks.
Jesus.
So it is a dangerous product.
Well, thank you so much. And unfortunately, she's killed it for everybody. I had a young woman who sent me pictures of a butt that you just explained. It was turning black, and she said, "Oh my God, I heard you help Desiree. Can you please help me?" And I was actually going to help her, and I waited a couple of weeks before I got back to her, and then I went on her Instagram and saw that she was actually posting photos of her butt as if she was modeling, and I'm like, but this is the same butt that you just told me was killing you. And this is what I'm seeing from Desiree as well. She's traveling the world. She's got book deals. She claims that she has a deal with Love and Hip Hop. I'm putting that out. She did say that. And if she does refute that, I have a live recording of that as well. And so she is really gaining a lot on this. And I'm sorry, if you are signed to Love and Hip Hop, where's the bonus money? Why do you still need the GoFundMe money?
If you signed to Love and Hip Hop, you're not talking about it. You signed something that you cannot talk about. That.
Okay.
And you can't
I will tell you, we've had patients, sit with me and ask me, how do I raise the money? But 99% of the patients say, I'm going to do whatever I can, get a second job, work part-time, work on the weekends, borrow it from friends and family.
Tax money if they got
and
kids.
And if they want it to come out, they get it out. Okay?
Absolutely.
But I have never received a check from GoFundMe on anyone.
Okay. Thank you so much, Marianne. I appreciate it.
All right. God bless you all. I'm so happy that you're spreading the positive word. And, we're here to save lives, not to hinder people. And we're here to tell the truth.
Okay.
And God bless you and your future baby.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, girls. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. All right. So, Anivia, she said a lot, and you've gone through most of what she just explained, Marianne, who is Dr. Galarani's assistant, correct?
I've had the worst case of a survivor
and
of this stuff.
And let me say this. We've been through this for years.
Okay.
Right?
This is not something that just goes away in one certain,
we've been going through it for years. And when we did Iyanla, I remember prior to us getting on the show, doctors didn't even want to touch Anivia.
9 turned me down.
9 doctors turned Anivia down because of how intense and how necrotic and just
hard
everything
and
it
black.
has happened. They turned her down. That shows you 2 things, that not everybody is in it for the money, but also it was to that extent. So by Anivia giving information out, what she's going through, we went hard in the paint for years to get someone to listen to her story. And nobody wanted to listen or give us the chance because they were interested in the backstory of the indictment, all of that mess. They didn't want to look at the problem.
Okay.
And it was because she wasn't a celebrity bona fide Instagram, all that stuff. it took somebody else to bring out the light for her to get some more help. And we had one doctor that came and again, with the 8 surgeries later,
$2 million.
$2 million. I mean, these are the things that this is real. And to have some, and I'm upset about this for her and for you, because we're putting the information out, not for someone to take it and manipulate it to do and
to sit up at home and formulate
Create.
a scam. Yeah, you did have butt shots. We know you had butt shots, but you really sat at home and
created.
and then you pretended like you didn't know who I was. And as we're talking, so this girl knew who I was the whole time. You
Master
played on
manipulators.
us. Like, I can't believe that. Like, I worked so hard for the media to take me as a villain out of it and look at me now as America's savior. Like, I'm saving lives now as opposed to killing people. It took for me to almost die for people to realize I wasn't a monster. What happened to all those girls, I did to myself. And it happened to me worse, and I'm so happy it happened because I didn't have children, and I'm able to speak out and save people's lives. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not going to sit in my house, and it is very embarrassing, honestly, walking around, and that's, you know, when you meet people, what's on their mind. What does her butt look like? It looks like hell.
Well, you look good here.
Thank you.
You look good here. So, I mean, that's between you and whoever your partner is, and I'm sure your partner ain't worried about that, okay? Because they, you know, true love is from within. So, no, but I just want to thank you for reaching out to me, because I tell everybody, and anybody that's close to me knows, I swear, the closest people to me, they're like, Tasha, you are so... let me put it like this. Okay, I posted a text message, not a text, a tweet the other day, and I said, dang, I said, I realize I'm becoming closed now. I said, I used to be so open. I used to give people the benefit of the doubt, you know, and by me being so open to people and so loving and giving people a chance with their own story and not listening to what everybody else has to say, that has proved to be beneficial to me. I've met some great people. I've had some great opportunities in life, you know, not prejudging people. And so, but as I'm moving into a different direction, this being one of the venues, and everybody wants some sort of fame.
Yeah.
They want some sort of clout. They want money, and they see this, and unfortunately, they will do anything that they can to get it, okay? And I want to apologize to K. Michelle, because I went off on her, because I was just like, you didn't have to blast her like this. But now knowing that there's a backstory to why she blasted her, I apologize. From me, Tasha K., I apologize for assuming that you were being a bitch, you were being insensitive, and I take back every single one of my words, okay?
You get it. You would have done the same thing she did, too,
Now,
right? Like,
yes.
girl, stop playing
now, if
on
I
me.
would have had somebody in my ear, but I mean, we already know how social media trolls can be. They will tell you anything. And I've genuinely helped people behind the scenes. People don't know the people that I help behind the scenes, and I still get DM. Why'd you do that? You know what? It wasn't for them. It was for me. You know what I'm saying?
That part there, Tasha, because I know the struggle, the internal struggle that you're having, because you are a giver and you want to give, but at the same time you want to protect. Trust me, I know. She knows, I know how you feel. You cannot allow this one situation. You just have to change the dynamic of how you help people now. And I know, and this is the life coaching side of me.
Yeah.
That it tells people the circumstances that we put ourselves in. We can still help, but we just have to control how we help now. And we have to make sure that I'll help you, but I need to do this, and then I will pass on to you, versus allowing it to be in someone else's hands. So don't let this situation get you out of character of who you are.
You are so embracing. I didn't get a closed off vibe from you at all.
No, I mean, it's fearful.
It
Trust
has
me
looking over my shoulder,
Yeah.
like, what do they want? Like,
it's a lesson.
What are they coming to lie about now? You know, and it's. You know, I take my humiliations, my L's publicly. I don't care. That's life, okay?
Being transparent.
Yeah, I'm very transparent about what I go through. You know, if I do something that's effed up, I'll be the first to tell you, and I will take the heat, and I will still get back on this microphone and do the job that I'm supposed to do, regardless of how bad the yesterday was. Today's a new day. But for this situation here, it's like, I get told by my closest friends, Tasha, you're so open. You really need to just step back and just don't trust so easy. Do not believe so easy. You know what I'm saying? Because who am I to tell you that you're lying? And I don't know you.
We just gotta. We
You
just
know
have
what
to
I'm
vet
saying?
better. I mean, this happens in the industry. We just have to
Yeah.
vet it better. We just have
Exactly.
to ask more questions. We just have to. But don't close yourself. I'm just saying. I'm asking you. Don't close yourself off because you have a
Girl,
platform.
if I wasn't pregnant,
I know.
I'm
I would
glad
have
you're
handled her
pregnant.
Florida
Thank
style,
you,
bruh.
Jesus.
But again,
Thank
it's
you,
about
Jesus.
elevating, right?
I
It's
was
about
like,
elevating, and
yes.
it's about doing. You can't allow people to get you out of character. You stay
Yes.
in your character, and you just treat people differently, and that it doesn't take away from your giving. You're helping people. It doesn't take away from you and your personality. What it does now is it teaches you to be a little more structured with it and saying, you know
well,
what,
now it's
I'm not
gonna
gonna let
have
nobody
to,
else in.
you know, because when it comes to stories and stuff, of course, like, we have people, that work with me that help to vet and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And so even if they turn out to be wrong, I mean, it's alleged, it's gossip, okay?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like
That's how I felt about it.
Yeah,
too.
it's
people
gossip.
have enemies.
But it's
Well, hell, she's been misunderstood for so long,
Yeah.
and people come at her crazy. Now she'll own it. Like if some things are out in the street, and she'll come
I'll be
back,
the first to
and
tell you.
she'll
Like,
say,
yeah.
"I did say that, and I was just in a bad space in my life," and that's the accountability portion of it. And
Yeah.
I'm unstable. I
I
don't
always
got it
say
all.
my little hashtag for years
but
has been
who
own
does?
your shit.
Who does?
Right. And
right.
as we grow into these experiences, now the next person that you will help, because you will help again, because that's who you are built to be. That is your character.
I don't think
Just
publicly.
read into them
It's
DMs
just-
a little bit more.
Yeah, I just don't think publicly I will help, because who goes to the extreme to tell the public and tell people that they're dying
Sick
When you
people.
and
know
involve
there
their
are.
kids?
Sick.
She allowed me to
Mentally.
feel. I don't put children on my platform, and if I've done in the past, sporadically posted somebody's baby, I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I went against everything that my mission
Right.
statement of my business says. No children involved, no disabled people, no things
You
like that.
operate with integrity.
Right. And so with her, she had her baby on my show. And she's like, and I'm like, yeah, you got to be
Using
here for
them
your
kids.
baby.
But you gotta understand,
and
people
I'm
like that, when you-
damn.
When you just understand that there are people like that will go to the extreme.
That's
They just go
crazy,
to
though.
the extreme. I've seen it. Just being in the industry 20 plus years, I've seen some crazy stuff. Like they went there.
That's
and that's
mental
out of
illness.
That's out of desperation. That's out of the need to feel and be somebody. And social media has completely degraded celebrities, because now celebrities have to feel more relevant, so have to be more present when normally they want to be just shut
Private,
down and
yeah.
private. And it's the force. So with social media, when I see Nivea doing really good things, if I'm not a strong person, if you're not a strong person, then we'll feel like we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing because we're trying to compare ourselves to a social media person.
Standard, yeah.
And I'm not making excuses, because what she's done was the lowest of low. The lowest of low, when you use your children, when you use, because you're empathetic.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
and that's the thing.
I
just
don't
want
know.
you to be
I don't-
tainted by that.
I don't like
Let
to
that
put
fix it up.
labels on myself. I just
You're empathetic. You're an empath.
I'm if you got a problem, I mean, I will help. Like, I will help, no questions asked. I mean, I asked my team, well, let me just go in. I don't
Yeah.
want to involve my followers. I can go in and just give her the money and just write it off as a tax. They were like, no.
Right.
Like, let everybody come in to help.
You were
This
doing the
is how
right thing by community, by organizing
Yeah,
community,
like-
and self-awareness. That's what you're doing.
And I wanted the
Mm-hmm.
self-awareness part of it too. Like, if I do this, I want people to know, because our young girls are looking up to that.
Absolutely.
And the fact that she's parading this around with the hair,
There's
the makeup
nothing
artist,
wrong
the
with you.
outfits, the Love and Hip Hop, the reality shows. She's taking photos.
Can we get somebody from Love and Hip Hop to confirm?
Yes.
Can we?
Well, they probably are going to confirm after this interview.
Well, I heard that it wasn't true. I spoke to one of the producers. You know who I spoke
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
And he specifically said, no.
Okay. And so it's just, and I do know the last person.
Say her
that-
name one more time so people know.
I'm not going to say you said, because I was told don't be messy.
Desiree
the producer
Davis.
said don't be messy.
I'm being messy.
Okay.
Okay.
I want no
Desiree
part.
Davis told me when she was in New York and she met with DJ K Slay, his sleazeball ass. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, we ain't got no parts of that.
Oh, Oh no, me and him done had words before. That's all he does is, interview, try to put models on just so he can lay them down. That's it. I know how it goes. That ain't no defamation there. Those are facts. And so when she met with him and she went up there and did all those interviews in New York, and then she claimed that she was going to meet that doctor that we have a picture of. That was when she sat down with Love and Hip Hop, and they're creating a place for her. And I'm like, well, you don't need to GoFundMe then. So if you're getting all of these opportunities and you're selling a book, you got a book deal coming out. Why
and stole part of my title? The nerve.
Why do you need this? Why do you need hard? You will be surprised at probably how many people donated to her that didn't have it. Yeah. That saw that little girl on my show. Okay. And say, you know what? She's got a mom. I'm a mom. And they felt that. But for her to call me in Atlanta, now I don't even know no makeup artist in Atlanta. Let me be honest with you. I do not know any makeup artist in Atlanta. First of all, I didn't start wearing makeup till I was 32. I'm 37 now. Okay. And so I was with T.S. Madison on her show, and she was asking, can my makeup artist do your makeup? I was like, I don't know. Their hands clean. What's going on? But she ended up doing a fantastic job. I'm going to hire her for my paternity shoot and things like that. But that's how out of the loop I am when it comes to this lifestyle.
You came from a genuine place, and you used your platform for the right reasons.
Yeah,
and
all this facade.
You got victimized pretty much. That's what they came in and took advantage of your situation. So, I'm only saying this again. Don't let that situation change you from who you are.
And I just want everybody to know, my whole purpose of this was, I know for a fact, and anybody that can use your common sense would know that little bit of money, it's a lot of money to some people. It's a lot of money to me.
Yeah.
But for Tasha to risk her life and everything she's worked for to scam with this girl, it's nonsense. Use your common sense.
I mean, that money, I honestly, that's a bad month for me when I make that kind of money. And I'm not bragging or anything.
Lord, I want your job, Tasha.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not bragging.
I get it.
I'm just saying, if it was that, I just thought I can bring awareness. I can let everybody know, you know what I'm saying? And they can help. And I was actually going to close it. I called her behind the scenes. This was before I talked to Olivia. It was I'm $4,000 left. I was just going to close it out.
Yeah.
I was just like, let me just close this out for you. Let everybody know you can go have your surgery. But I'm so glad I did not do that. And we have time. She's like $1,100 away. People are still donating as we speak. They have time to report it or call your banks, okay? Whoever you use, whatever, and refund that money. And I guarantee you, if they get a certain amount of refunds today, GoFundMe will freeze that.
Well, I'm going to say 99.9 when you use GoFundMe is done by debit card or credit card. Right?
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. So
you can't cash it out early? Like they don't?
I think you can.
You can
you get
cash
penalized,
it out,
though, right?
But you get penalized or I would just suggest go the fastest route and report that transaction as fraudulent. And they will pull it back until the investigation gets done. And that money will not be available through GoFundMe.
So I'm going to do mine right after this interview. I gave $100 because I asked everybody to just give $1. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be trying to, exploit the little kids over there in Africa, and most of them kids are good. Okay.
Right.
Yes. And so most of those kids are good. All right.
Yeah.
Now,
that's sad music.
Everybody got orphanages and just defects and everything like that. That's what they got too. So same thing. And so, they just put it on TV.
They only show the bad parts, but you ain't seen the nice part of Africa and the beautiful cities and the rich areas. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So listen, winos, I'm taking this L. You know that I don't mind taking an L. I personally apologize to you. I should have listened to some of the people that were warning me. I don't know what it is about Desiree's personality or that will cause people like me to just kind of fall for her antics. And so I personally apologize to every single one of you that took my word to help someone who I thought was dying, okay? Because where I come from, people don't play about death, okay? Because you don't even want to speak it into existence unless, hell, even if it's there, the doctor tell me I got 6 months, I'm like, F you, I'm going to be here for the next 20 years, you know what I'm saying? And so that's just something we don't play lightly with. Power, life and death is in the power of the tongue. I totally believe that. And you know what, Desiree, put this camera on me real quick. Fuck
Close
you.
up. Ooh.
Fuck you.
Wow.
Okay? And I'm putting it out there. And if I saw you in Atlanta 2 weeks ago when you tried to play me talking about I scheduled this studio time.
Tell them that.
I scheduled studio time for her, okay? This is something that I pay for out of my pocket, okay? I scheduled studio time because I normally work from my house, okay? For you to come in, you called and asked me for a makeup artist and all of this, and I will put out the text message just in case you try to flip this to say that I got mad because you didn't want to do a follow-up interview. No, I was really setting your ass up, okay? And so you kind of probably got an inkling of what was going to happen because you called me later saying, can you push it to 1, knowing that I booked the studio time for 10 a.m., okay? So Desiree, I'm telling you, fuck you, okay? And I pray, honestly, that nothing ever does bad happen to you. But honestly, I pray that social media does really see you for who you are, and whoever else needs to come in. I really don't even think she deserves to be a mom at this point. I'm really saying that. Okay, you got kids on social media that you're fucking exploiting. I really pray that social media does call CPS on your ass and let them know that what you're doing, because this should not happen. So yes, I'm upset. Yes, I'm salty. Yes, I'm gonna take this L, and I pray that everything that you've tried to conjure up never comes to fucking pass. Okay, so fuck you.
Can I say what I got to say to her?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm not going to use those exact words for you, but I'm going to tell you because you and I have had a lot of spiritual conversations, and you've tried to preach to me about my life and my sexuality and everything that I've been doing. And I sat there and I prayed with you. I've talked to you, and I think it's foul what you're doing because there's so many other women.
I prayed with her too.
Right?
I prayed with her.
That's the worst part.
Oh my God.
So many women that are dying every day. Like myself, I still have more surgeries to go, and you're sitting here playing and don't even need any surgeries. And I told you, do not open up Pandora's box if there's nothing wrong with you. So you know that you don't even have any intentions on getting that surgery. So it's wrong what you're doing. It's wrong how you played on us. But I am praying for you because you have an illness. And you definitely need to see a therapist. You need to see someone. But for any other women, my DMs are always open. If you need to talk to me, I am currently working on a foundation so I can help you ladies get that poison out your body. So just bear with me. And Desiree, you need help. You really need to see a therapist.
Okay. And one last thing. Anybody that's got anything going wrong, I deeply apologize, but please don't call me. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's going to take me some time.
It's
going to take me some time to help anybody else.
Yep.
And so it's just over. And, that's really all I got to say. Before we leave, Anivia, is there anything that you got going on that you want to let the viewers know? Because I know you out here making some power moves, girl. The struggle's been real, but it's been beneficial, too. I mean, executive producer, you got your own show, working with BET, you got a book, and you're being transparent about all of this. You were about to die.
Yeah, I was. It's still a life struggle every day, knowing that you're living with this poison in your body, and I'm still moving forward along with helping women and going forward. I still have about 3 or 4 more surgeries to go. So, working forward and just helping you women. If you need anything, please DM me. I am always available. My book, you guys are driving me crazy about this book. It will be out soon. It's Scar Tissue. And what else are we working on?
Model Citizen,
which is the reality show. I'll be at the BET Social Awards. I will be a part of that. And I'll be at the Women Empowerment event in CIAA.
And it's just taking the time to do the right things. That what she's doing is not just social media, worthy. It's behind closed doors. There's a lot of work that she's doing that's not even seen. And to know that speaking to young girls, speaking to women, speaking to men, men are getting injections too. Like just speaking overall the injections of sorts. It's a lot to deal with this up here. Where is the self-love? Why is it? And it's creating great conversations to start owning back what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's owning back what we do and how God made us and being okay with how God made us. So you may not see a ton of stuff. She might go dark for a while. Authors normally do that. They go dark for a while, under the radar, silence, and getting a lot of work done that's not privy to the public right now, because that's what it matters.
Right. Thank you, Anivia. And you have definitely made a friend. I'm like considering you a friend. Anybody that comes to just help to save me, because this could have really
Ruined you.
fucked up my reputation. I don't care about no gossip stories out there. That's all alleged. That's gossip. Now, there are some stories that I come on record and say, all facts. You know what I'm saying? All facts. But for the most part, this is entertainment for me, and to just have someone use me on this level. I'm glad that it happened this early and not at 1 million plus or 2 million, because then it would have been like, it would have been a Hillary Clinton thing.
Can't be
But
like,
it had to
I'm working my life to get the presidency and can't get that shit.
it had to
don't be letting
happen,
them prey on you no more.
but it had to
Tasha.
happen for you so it could bring awareness to everybody else.
Yeah.
Now it had to happen to someone like you on your platform, so people could understand, like, wow, people lie about that too.
But they know they're not going to mess with you anymore.
And most of these girls, I'm gonna be honest with you, and now that I'm thinking about this, most of these girls that do have these shots have kids. Okay, they can use their tax money to go get this damn surgery done. Okay, they can save 3 years worth of the tax money, because all of them get money back. Okay, most
you can
of them
get care credit. To
yeah,
get that. You can
like
dip into your 401k. There are options.
There are options, and again, there are some people that need the help. My thing is, if you are legit and you need help, then you can provide all the information. You can provide all the references, all the doctors. We can verify all the stuff. We're not saying we're not helping nobody. That's not what Anivia is doing, because
This
Anivia is still going to help.
I'm
working
saying
on
that.
finding. Well, I'm working on finding a doctor that's willing to work
Okay.
with my foundation. I'm in the process. If you ladies just be patient with me, I'm working on building this foundation and having a doctor to work with me to get this stuff removed from you guys. And a portion of the proceeds of my book is going towards the foundation to help you guys get this stuff removed. So I'm not selling this book and putting this money in my pocket and living my best life. That's not what my mission in life is, and that's not my purpose.
But
for being here.
the biggest thing is, don't get that shit in.
Right?
Okay.
There it is.
There it is.
Y'all, listen, you'll be surprised. Listen, I don't consider myself, because I consider everybody just normal, different people. We have people that are beautiful. Everyone is judged based upon people's personal preferences. And for me, I get judged a lot. Oh, you dark. Oh, you got short hair.
But
oh,
you cute,
bad
though.
built. Oh, you bad built. Can you, like, I posted a picture the other day. Oh, can you get some ass? I got enough ass that my husband is pleased with. Okay.
I'm
And
45 years old, and I've never in my life.
And just to hear,
but I got a SpongeBob.
and just to
body.
hear people on social media say that, and then I'm like, you guys are the reasons these young
kids,
girls
it's so sad.
are out here doing this shit in the first
Yeah.
place, and they don't see it. And then when they get the ass and they're on social media, okay, really dying and then scamming like Desiree, then everybody got a problem. Well, like, why did you go get this shit in the first place?
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what
it
I'm
starts
saying?
in the home. Mothers, you got to instill in your daughters
Right.
that you're beautiful. And a lot of people suffer with body dysmorphic disorder, which is what I suffer with. But you got to remember, you can't rely on celebrities and social media and all that to raise your kids and build or break your child's
They're doing it now,
self-esteem.
though. Social media is raising hella kids right now.
You know why? Because the parents ain't doing their job. You
Nah,
got to strip
that's
that.
a whole nother. That's because I do my job very well. I cannot be with my kids 24/7 when they're on their
But
phones.
you can instill those values.
But you instill
at
the
home.
values.
My
And
daughter is not allowed on any social media, and I constantly check her phone and things like that, so she understands why. Okay, and because I'm trying to raise you first.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you get a little older, then you can turn to other people, and she will have developed the tools that she
Yeah.
needs to kind of decipher between what's real and what's
How old
not
is she?
real. She's 11.
Oh, girl, you got to let her get on a little bit.
You know,
No, my son is 11. My twins are 22. So when social media, Twitter came out, they were 7, 8 years old. So it kind of was a thing. Thank God,
it was
my
different then
daughters,
because we didn't
right.
understand it.
We didn't
Yeah.
abuse it. We were just,
Just
happy
2
to have a
years
little.
ago, it was different.
Yeah.
And it with all
2
the
years ago.
with all the extra added
Yeah.
pressures from society.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If you guys understand one thing is your body is your body.
Yeah.
And you love how you look, enjoy and embrace it. I'm telling you. There's nothing at 17 years old I'm seeing girls getting the Botox. You're not even grown yet to get Botox. You don't need
your face
wrinkles.
is-
Like I need people to reset their minds and say, hey, that's not even the trend anymore. So I'm glad to see this.
Embracing Kylie Jenner did all the surgery so young, and
And
now
her
she's
lips.
worth $900 million.
That's
Okay,
different.
that's her. She's a Kardashian.
But her mammy helped her
Thank
with
you.
that Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian sex
How
tapes
much
helped
million
with
was
that.
she worth when she was pushed out? That helped.
Right. So, like, I want people to see the real, and I know we got to end this. Thank you so much, Anivia. Okay. Thank you, Melinda.
Yes.
Okay. I really appreciate you. We're going to be
appreciate you.
hanging out because she live in the A2 with me.
Yes.
So
We
you're
all
going to
live
be
here.
you're going to be at my birthday dinner that I'm going to have in a couple weeks. Okay.
I get to come to the gender reveal.
And my gender reveal.
We
and-
already know what it is. Me and Melinda already
And
told
my
you.
baby shower. Don't say that because you're going to piss off a lot of people.
Oh, we ain't gonna say
Okay.
We're not
baby
going to say what it
shower?
is. We just know what it is.
And my baby shower, and of course after I had the baby. So no, you definitely you are just a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
And I'm just honored to know you, and I wish you all the success in everything.
I feel the same way about
do.
you.
So thank you, Melinda.
Thank
you,
you,
Jasmine,
Tasha.
for your patience back there. Thanks to the
Thanks,
camera. Okay. All right, now we gotta go. Okay, we gotta say it, y'all. Y'all know it. Bye.
Bye, Wano.
Bye, Wano.